Hello everyone. It's been a while. Yes, it has been. Ooh, it's been a long time. But I am somewhere else. Just for today. Don't worry. I am going to be doing something stupid. Well, not stupid. I'm just going to show you some of my old games I used to play. From the Nintendo Wii, technically, if you count the GameCube games as well. That's what we're going to be doing. I'll be reviewing them. And also the accessory, the accessories for the console. Let's go. So I think we should start off with the accessories. So first, in this accessory box we got quite a lot of things. We first started with some of the controllers. This is the Rock Candy Wii remote, which is green. I think green or lime. I don't know what color. This is my second controller that I got. It's an interesting color. I think this one has a bit of a motion issue because I used it quite a few times when I first got the console. My advice, I wouldn't say use these ones as much as you would think. I say to use it as like a multiplayer one in case like you want to do a lot of motion stuff, because it might ruin some motion sense because this is a third-party controller, I think. So it's probably best if you go with like the original Wii remotes. Which reminds me, this is the original Wii remote, not like any Motion Plus and stuff like that. I would recommend this being your main priority for like your first player. This would be second player, I would think, in my opinion, because not that many people will most likely be playing with you at this point in time. So I would say that. But this one is a good one for not motion capturing. But this one's good for anything. This is quite good. I messed up my freaking sensor bar thing, so sometimes it can't really go that far of a distance. And sometimes when I try and keep pressing the D-pad too many times, that can turn off my console, because I thought it wasn't working, but it works. This was like a year ago I figured this. I broke the controller, but it still works completely fine. Motion's fine, sensor's fine. Yeah. Next is. Okay, let's have a look. This was I recently got this nunchuck because I had one for this, and it was green and rock candy and stuff, but it kind of broke. It was like motion wise it couldn't do anything, but this one completely works fine. Not motion wise, it couldn't work at all. But now I got one that completely works fine. Only $4 for these things. It's incredible. It's an incredible deal. Yeah, obviously it's connected via this, obviously, and then you're just able to play like any games, like any I don't know, Lego, Link, shit like that. And obviously I got another one which is exactly the same as you would think it would be. Yeah. Next up we have the Motion Plus adapters, which is used for any controllers which don't have Motion Plus at all. So you might need this for what would you not need this? You might need this for Wii Sports Resorts. So I would recommend getting these if you don't have them. So yeah. Oh, also for the nunchucks, I recommend just get the standard, the official. Don't trust third parties, because it might be a bad idea. We got. I think this is like the main original like case for the Wii remote. I'm not gonna put them in because I don't want to turn it on. But yeah, this is what. Actually, I could just put it on here. Actually, I just put it on. Actually, it's a bit difficult. I'm not gonna do it because it's gonna take too much time. But yeah, this is the case for it, for like for one of the Wii remotes without the Motion Plus, because there was one full Motion Plus, but I don't have that one, so that's why I don't usually, because it was usually like something like that, but I don't have it, sadly. Never thought about buying a case, because I don't use cases. Speaking of cases, I got a black one here. It's not really that interesting. It just looks like a skin, it seems like. So I wouldn't recommend these. I would recommend these ones because they actually have they have that force. That look, that's incredible. Like they really cared about the consoles. Next is a an awful. It looks awfully like something you have as a suitcase handle, but it ain't a suitcase handle. It's a wheel. But yeah, this is for like Mario Kart or any shit driving games. So yeah, running out of room. But don't worry, there's two more. There's two more left. This is for. So I got a Wii for with the GameCube compatibility. So I've got a GameCube controller, which is the Indigo one. It's a good deal. Obviously, the official one. I really need to believe that the official one might be the best option. Yeah. Oh, for this, I would recommend maybe get a circle, the whole circle, or something. Because I don't know something. But this is a really good controller. It's very interesting. The clickiness and the sound for this left stick. I don't know if that's meant to be like that. I know it could be a broken one, but it still worked completely fine. The final accessory, which is the most recent purchase, is the uDraw tablet. Now, I see a lot of videos of the uDraw tablet recently, and it's an interesting device. It's they made this custom for the Wii console, because you were able to do this on like the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 with like a black tablet, right? Yeah, you're just able to just draw and stuff like that. It's not like a mouse where you can just do this and then you can just do that and it'll be the same direction. It follows the thing the entire way, so it's kind of annoying, if you know what I mean. So what you do is you put your Wii remote in here, you connect it to this thing, and then there's that. So there's no batteries required. It may look like you need batteries, but you don't. Right, let me pack this up and then I'll go with the games. Next are the games. So the first two games are with using the uDraw tablet. Nice, the uDraw tablet. And these are the games. We got uDraw Studio and Pictionary. They're both good games. I recommend mostly getting this because you actually got some gameplay to do rather than just drawing on this. You can basically do this in this as well. So you can save them on your SD card here, but you can just save them in general on this, which is odd. I don't know why you can just like save them on this in general if you have enough storage or not. But you need an SD card for this one, not for this one, I'm pretty sure. They're both good games. Like I said, I would recommend the Pictionary one first. I mean, you could try out both, but I rarely play this one. Yes, I do. And this is the inside of the actual case. You got the manual and stuff, and you got the actual disc for uDraw Studio. Same thing for Pictionary. This one's actually orange and yellowish. Looks like a bit of cheese, like cheddar. And then the instruction manual again. Next one's a GameCube game. It's True Crime. You might have heard of this somewhere. Maybe not. Well, Activision, you might have. But this is like a GTA kind of rip-off. This is the game. Obviously, it's not that. I would recommend try and like get some tutorials on how to do one of the levels. It's like sneaking or something. I still haven't beaten. I haven't beaten it yet, but yeah, this is an interesting game. The instruction manual, obviously, and the little tiny game that is basically I can't think of a joke, but it's a good game. I would recommend it if you are the right age. Unless it's probably different. Now we're going on to the box. So let's start off now. Obviously, I told you I'm a big fan of FIFA, right? We got FIFA 13. FIFA 13 is actually quite an interesting game on the Wii, actually. FIFA 13 is not very well known on the console. The Wii, it's on the Wii U, so I think that was probably more in the sales of there than this. I think, I don't know, not many people actually got FIFA on the Wii because it was actually quite shit. So, they got most of it was on consoles, they were on the 3DS, I'm pretty sure. On the iOS, which is the greatest iOS FIFA game of all time. It's not that bad. When you shake your around, when you shake your controller, your Wii remote, it goes out with a with like a horn, and with the nunchuck, you check it, you can hear the crowd go wild. This game has a few modes. You have build your own dream team on this, which is not like career mode or anything, it's just that. I have a Spurs career mode. I am first. I am beating Arsenal. Sunderland is doing somewhat good. FIFA 13 is not the greatest of Wii games. I would maybe recommend one with the actual Wii characters to get more of a different kind of game than this, because this was kind of like a generic one, kind of. Ain't Legacy, but still. I would recommend one of them. I think FIFA 07 or 08 with the Wii, or 09 something with the weird Mii faces where you can actually burst, like Mii characters and stuff like that. That's a good feature though. I really appreciate that one. On the inside, I don't think this one had an instruction one when I bought it, but this is the inside. It's just a basic one, just like most of them kind of. Next one is my only other GameCube game. FIFA 2003. Recently got a GameCube game memory card. The 258 blocks. 54 blocks. Oh, the True Crime was only 4 blocks. So, yeah, this one's quite an interesting game. Obviously, it was before career mode. I did show you on 2005 GameCube of career mode, but it's kind of has a career mode, but it's not really. I think it only plays one season. You play as your own, as the manager and stuff. It's kind of like career mode. This is the inside. It's again generic. You don't expect that much for like a GameCube, and then the instruction manual and stuff. From my experiences, I would personally get like the latest FIFA on the GameCube, which no one's gonna get because it's the GameCube. Who has the GameCube or the Wii compatible with the GameCube? Apparently 100 million. Bastards. Next one is a game I don't really play. Wait, hold on. Don't record it. Oh, before I say anything, the Wii is compatible with the classic controller and the Wii controller, the Wii remote, and the nunchucks. And only one controller for each of these uDraw games, but you have to have the tablet with you to connect it. And that's it. Only one controller. You don't need two. You just need one tablet, and one controller. Next game is Go Vacation. Interesting game, I would say. It's like Wii Sports, but like a shit version, and it was made in China. It's not as great as it seems. Go Vacation. It sounds awful. But it's made by Namco. You might have heard of them before. I think they made Pac-Man, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Or like Nose Pac-Man and stuff like that. But this is has 50 activities, countless ways to play and stuff like that. You can have your own villa and stuff, play your favorite Wii accessory. Okay, maybe there are some interesting things, but not as interesting as you might think. The graphics are alright, I guess. It's not as like exciting to me personally. I would say maybe get like just get Wii Sports Resorts. You can have 4 Wii remote controllers or 4 Wii remote controllers with Motion Plus, or you can have them in a nunchuck. The Wii Fit balance ball, which is kind of funny. The zapper thingy, the little gun, and the steering wheel, and it shows here the one I was talking about, the full-on circular wheel, which I didn't get. We've got a marathon of LEGO games. Yes, shut up. First one is Indiana Jones. Oh wait, hold on your phone, ladies and gentlemen. Forgot to show the inside. This is the inside of Go Vacation. It is quite interesting. It gives you a little bit of this. That's probably like scraps now, but this one is quite an interesting like disc. I think the design of it is quite interesting with all like the activities you can see that you could possibly do in the game. So that's quite good for a game like that. Anyway, next one is Lego Indiana Jones. It's just one of those Lego games that is like, since it's like an older one, it works properly good. It probably will. Sorry. It requires one Wii remote with a nunchuck, or two of both. If you want to do multiplayer, it's only 2 player. It's just basically a Wii version of this. It's not. It's the same, but yeah. Interesting design on this. It's very looks like it's like treasure map or something. Good design, I think. And then you got the instruction manual and stuff. This is maybe not one of the greater Lego games on the Wii, but I would and I also wouldn't recommend a game like this. However, I would recommend its counterpart or its sequel, the Lego Indiana Jones 2: The Adventure Continues, which is basically the same. It's the same thing, but you can also make your own levels, which is good. It's all new levels from the original 3 movies and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And this one is a bit less. It's a bit less well done. It's a bit more generic, unlike the first one, which was like a treasure map or something. This one's just like the cover. This is just the cover and just showing you like the rating and just stuff like that. And then the instruction manual isn't that great either. Yeah, it's not that great of a disc and stuff like that. Same controllers, and for some reason this one has a clear case. Next one is Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Interesting game. It actually does run well. It's one of the newer. Well, it's not really. It's like 2011. That's quite recent. It's like only 11 or 12 years old now. But this is quite good for a game. This is quite good of a graphics-wise game for the Wii, or for Lego-wise, because the recent Lego games on the Wii wasn't that great. It kind of lost it was kind of, they were too big of a game, so they had to lower down the resolution and stuff like that and memory. But overall, this actually had some good graphics on it for the kind of game it has. Same controls for the Indiana Jones games. Here's the inside. It is an interesting kind of design on the Wii, like disc and stuff. It's not that bad. It's just, yeah, it has like a bit of a wooden texture, and then some 2 swords, and then you got the instruction manual. For some reason, Jack Sparrow has a tan. Yeah, so you play through the 4 films. Obviously, we couldn't do the 5th because that was 2011. Next one, a personal favorite of mine. Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. I think everyone could agree that this was the best out of all the 5 games, all the 5 games that came out. No, 6 actually. Forgot that's episode 7. It is an interesting game. Same controllers as the other three games I showed. This supports 50 Hz and 60 Hz and EDTV and HDTV compatibility. Don't know why they tell you that. It's just play the bloody game. It's an interesting cover, I guess, but it just seems like they went generic again because they only did the top bit. It seems like, I think they did the top bit, yeah. Yeah, it looks like they just did the top bit, but a bit more dark and a bit more of a different angle of it for the and the manual is just the usual, but they do give you tips on this one. I actually read this one for some bloody reason. Good game. I would recommend this completely. Next is the other Star Wars game. It's the final one I've got of Lego. Yeah, this is Lego Star Wars 3, the Clone Wars. It's alright. This one, the graphics is the one I was talking about when I was talking about like graphics getting older and stuff like that. Yeah, this one has like a bit of a lower resolution and less of a good graphics wise. They had on their faces, they had them still, unlike the other console, which is all like moving around and stuff like that. Unlike not the DS and stuff like that. It's like the actual home consoles and stuff. It's basically the same as the PS3 and Xbox 360 version. And again, it's kind of generic. However, they moved around a bit of the models and stuff like that. They do keep, however, the same pictures. They just have to move them around like using Photoshop or something, which ain't that great. I do recommend this, not as much as the style of the Complete Saga, but it's still a quite good game. I wouldn't mind you guys buying it. Next is Mario Sonic at the Beijing 2008 Olympic Games. This I haven't played that much. This you can play up to 4 people, 4 Wii remotes with nunchucks. Same again with the 50 Hz and 60 Hz EDTV, HD compatibility and stuff like that. It has a lot of Wii games. You gotta actually unlock some of the sports in this, which is disappointing, but still an alright game. I mean, I don't hate it. It's not that bad. Here's the inside. It's an interesting, good one there. They have a bit of, it has orange completely, the only thing that's like not really a color in the entire thing. So orange is a good color for this one. Even colored in the green on the G rating if you're in Australia, you know what that means. And then the instruction manual as well. Next one's a personal favourite as well, Mario Kart, which is a great game, anyone will agree on that. Obviously, it comes up to 4 players with any controller. It has the Wii remotes, the Wii remote with the sticks as well, like with the steering wheels. The nunchucks is also supported, so you can just steer it with the steering wheel, and the joystick. The classic controller, which is just like a weird controller thingy. And the GameCube controller, which got my interest, so I started playing with that. Very interesting. You could race as your own Mii, which was the first time in ever, because Mii's were out for the Wii and the DS, kind of. Not many games had it. What else is there? I would recommend if you want to collect some Mario Kart games, I would recommend this. This one is kind of unique. The disc, it's just a copy of this to that. And it's all blue, well, besides the background, but everything else is all blue. It's not that bad, I guess. It's alright of like a disc, of the manual here. Great game, you should buy it if you have a Wii flying around, obviously, if you don't have one already. Mario Party 8, you might have heard this one. This one was like one of the more expensive ones I purchased. $48. It's alright. It's okay. I do enjoy the games, but I don't play as often. I usually play if you have people around. Do it as like a party game. Don't do it by yourself. You'd be a lonely prick. This goes up to 4 players. You can play it by yourself, but also you can use the nunchucks if some of the mini games are required you to do that. Is inside a very, very unique disc for Mario Party 8, and then the instruction manual. I really like the red that's like standing out for the star, and then the logo as well with other stars as well. Very interesting cover and stuff. Next one's like a generic one, but it's actually quite an interesting game. Rugby League 3. You see, this one has that, so it's not really that great apparently. I don't know why. But yeah, Rugby League 3, it is quite an interesting game that has like Super Rugby, NRL, State of Origin. If you're into that stuff, I know someone does, then it's a good idea. True Blue actually made this one, so they're known for like one of the games I used to play was AFL on the iOS, which is quite good at the game. And then yeah, you go up to 4 players with your Wii remote, with your nunchucks, and also with your GameCube controller as well, which was a good find as well. I was so shocked about it. The inside is quite unique in a way. In a way, it is quite unique. Yeah, a bit of a difference there. But it is like, yeah, I would say it's quite unique. It's a great game, honestly. They got good broadcasting system. They have the broadcasting on it. It's great of a game, and they got custom teams. You can literally make the Dolphins. I think that's a team of it. Dolphins, something Dolphins. That's coming, I think, this season or next season. It's a great game. I'm watching RL. Go for Rabbits! Next is a well-known game. I think everyone knows this. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a great game. No, to be all honesty, New Super Mario Bros. Wii is probably one of the well-known and one of the greatest ones out of the newer series. Interestingly, only does Wii remotes with nunchucks and stuff like that all by itself, not like classic controller or GameCube, which made no sense. Honestly, I think it would have been perfect. Maybe not the GameCube, but the classic controller would have been perfect for the game. Obviously, and this is the inside. Very, very, very interesting. And the case itself is very unique, as well as the disc and the instruction manual as well. I have 2 of them. I stole one from my childcare. Don't know why, and I made one of them, and I made a literal level in Super Mario Maker with it. Next is Super Mario Galaxy, Nintendo Select. This one's broken, okay? Don't know why. It's probably because someone hates the game. I possibly, if you don't have, oh wait, I would recommend Super Mario Bros. If I didn't say that already, but I would recommend this if you don't have All-Stars, 3D All-Stars on the Nintendo Switch, or you don't have a Switch at all. Get this, I've got both, so that was a bad mistake. But it's a great game, obviously. Very intriguing. I don't know if there's an instruction manual usually, but this game has a very good case as well. It's very reflective as well. You could barely even see that because of the glare. I said it weirdly, but amazing. It's satisfying. It feels weird, but it's a good case. Very interesting design. I would recommend it if you only have a Wii. Get this. Doesn't matter if it's Nintendo Select or not. Just get one. It's a great game if you don't have 3D All-Stars on the Switch. Next is Sonic. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you one thing about the controllers. I am forgetting all the things. Up to 2 controllers, but not co-op. With your nunchucks. The co-op is interesting because I think it's like a helping hand, not just like adding a Luigi or something. Anyway, Sonic, and the Secret Rings. That's what this is my reaction. This is my honest review. In my opinion, worst Sonic game. Now you might disagree with me, but I hate this. Hate this so much. I think they didn't do well with Sonic games on the Wii in general, because I think they just wanted to go with like motion capturing. I don't even think it was motion capturing. I think it was just an awful game. They just didn't do well at all. It comes up to 4 controllers, Wii remotes. It's 50 Hz, 60 Hz supported. This is the inside. They do, however, have a very good, like, unique disc, and you can feel that weird feeling on it as well, which is not always the greatest if you don't like them, but it's a good case, like a good disc, but shit game. But if you want to buy it, then sure. Next is Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. Yeah, I think I could recommend this. Maybe. It depends if you're interested in like going back to Toys of Life games or anything. Obviously, they've been dead since for like 9 years now. But this is an alright game. Obviously, one of the first of many. They've made 6 games. The disc is very generic, but I would recommend it if you want to start off from the first series. If you don't, then I don't know. Skylanders Swap Force. Yes, kind of. It did plummet down after Giants, but went up back up to Trap Team. But it ain't the worst, ain't the best, because they had someone new making the game with Activision, which was not a great idea in my opinion. But it was where you're able to like swap around like these Skylanders here. And actually not a generic one. It was actually quite interesting, but also not really as well, because they kind of just copied out from the front of it. So I would kind of technically recommend it if you want to know more about like the series and like everything else. And you get to see Chaos' mother. Twilight Princess. Well, I think you know my answer to this. Great game. I haven't actually played this that much, but I heard it's a great game. It's a good. The scenery is all terrific. Only one controller, along with the 2 other Skylanders games. Only one controller with a Wii remote. Yeah, it's a great game. Honestly, I would recommend you playing this. And this is the inside. It's a great disc as well. It's like a golden version of Blink, which is quite good. Okay, next one. We got a few more games left. Wii Music. Wii Music is an interesting one, right? Because you wouldn't possibly play this one as much as the other Wii games. Uh, at first, I would recommend it, but if you continue playing it, no, it's not a fun. It's not as much fun as you would think. It's not that many, you don't really have that much fun with it after a few like hours and stuff. This one you can use you can use this whatever it's called, the Wii Fit Bounce Ball. I think it's for drums. Then you got four Wii remotes and you got nunchucks as well. You can make your own band, but it's all random notes when you're trying to make your own band and stuff like that. It's not that great. You do like become like some sort of conductor or something. But yeah, the I really do like the design kind of the disc. It ain't the greatest, but I really think you shouldn't be putting down Wii twice. I think we get the gist of things, that it's a Wii game. We play, I think this is one probably the first of many, oh, there's another thing, I'll show that later. This is one of the first of many Wii games. This is the first one of the Wii games. It was a way to it's like a practice kind of game for like you using the Wii remotes. It's a good way for old people as well in case they didn't know how to use it. Only up to 2 Wii remotes and only those 2. You didn't need anything else. I think you were allowed to use some of the other things, but unless you just had to like just point at things, you just had to like switch around, point at things, and just click buttons and stuff, which is all you needed for a cyber game. Very generic. Again, they shouldn't have probably done the oh, what the hell? Anyway, they should have probably not done like the Wii and the Wii thing, but it's a very generic one. It's only orange. It's not as much as the Wii Play one. It's an alright game that if you want to just learn the Wii remote. But if you want to continue, no, it's like the Wii Play, but it's like Wii Music, but slightly better. There is Crazy 8, or not Crazy, or Pool or something, so which is like one of the better games on that. So I would recommend it if you want to just play that. Now, what do you think of this? Exactly, Wii Sports. I honestly, it's alright. It's not like the best. No, well, it is great. It's a great game. Don't get me wrong. It's just not as I thought. It's not. It's not my cup of tea. Oh, wow, I feel stupid. No, it's a great game. Great game. Obviously it's like one of the most played. It's the great one of the most sold games of all time for the Wii. Have a good selection of games. My favorite was tennis, and I do well on that as well. Bowling as well. I think everyone enjoyed that as well. It's a great game if you want to like just do some exercise, and there's also fitness and stuff like that to check your age. Again, the Wii, another generic one. Again with the Wii. Again with the French yeses. You shouldn't be doing it twice. I think we get the points of them. Second last one, Wii Sports Resort. Oh, for this one you didn't see. Oh, for the Wii Sports you need 4. You can go up to 4 controllers and 4 nunchucks. Anyway, Wii Sports Resort. You need 4 motion plus controllers, or up to 4 motion plus controllers and a nunchucks. Oh God! Every time I look at it, this is Touch Generations. Take that the wrong way, then it could lead you a place in jail. It's a great sequel to Wii Sports. It has 12 games. Some are new, some are old. Bowling and golf. Maybe kind of table tennis slightly because of tennis, but I really enjoy it, and it has a very interesting cover. I do like it. It's not generic, but that is kind of annoying. But it is smaller, which I do like. The Wii remote, the Wii logo is smaller than the like usual text of it, which I do enjoy a bit. So overall, that is a good game. I would recommend if you want to play more Wii Sport. And finally, World Sports Party. It's only 8 sports in this, but it ain't that great of a I think the motion capturing is all I keep saying motion capturing. The motions are like great. Up to 4 Wii remotes, only Wii remotes. It's not that great of a game. To be honest, I wouldn't recommend buying it. This is the inside of the remote. I mean, of the game. It's generic. It's just generic. It's just from the cover. But I wouldn't recommend it. So that is all of my Wii games. And here's the price of everything that I've gotten from that. That's the price of all of everything, including the Wii console. Yeah. And a little bit of a Nintendo social club thingy. I got the DSi. Oh, that's the DS. That's a DSi. That's a Wii, and that's just a bit of a. I think this is like a Wii Nintendo club thing that ended. But yeah, so that's my Wii and / GameCube collection. Oh, I am putting in the memory card as well. So yeah. Most of these prices are from like thousands of different websites. So most of them are from. If I say it, then they'd probably take it the wrong way. Most of them are from Sex. CEX. YouTube, you better think of this right. But yeah, that is what it's going to be. That is what it is. It's great. So I'll mostly get it from those prices, and then I'll just see if I don't have it, then I'll just go to a different one and see what the prices of that are. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my collection. Great collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 26 games and 24 Wii games, and I guess you know how many GameCube games I have then. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed the video.